guys, Scott here from the Mental Metal channel and mentalmetaldetecting.com. Today is an exciting day because I finally got in my possession the Legend LG24 coil from our friends at Fort Bedford Metal Detectors. Came through. They got me a coil. I've been searching for one of these. They've been on back order from numerous vendors, and I just could not get one. And I finally did order one from some other vendor, and they said he had them in stock, and they lied to me. So I should have stuck to my guns and stuck with the ones I trust, and that's Fort Bedford. So you guys are looking for this coil. I think they still have some in stock. So give them a call or check out their website, make sure they got it, and talk to John or Zach so they can hook you up. But in the meantime, I got this coil from them. I've been doing some tests with it because I'm on the hunt right now for next year in 2025. I want to find a replacement water machine that I don't have to take like I have like with the Deus. The Deus 2 I like in the water. I've enjoyed using it in the water, but I do get annoyed a little bit by the extra antenna you got to put on, and then if you want to go land hunting, you got to take it off. Well, you don't have to take it off, but it just kind of gets in the way. So I'm really I had an AT Pro for a long time, and I loved using that in the water, and I sold it a few years ago, and I've regretted it ever since. So I have the Legend, and I'm trying to see if this machine is going to replace that, and for rivers and streams and things like that. So I'm actually really enjoying getting acquainted back with the Nokta, or the Nokta Legend, as people will tell me. You know, this machine is a really good machine for the money. I'm testing out this LG24, my test garden here. I'm going to show you what I got here in the results, but I did some air tests with it the other day, and I was like completely blown away by this coil and what the depth was. Air test. Now I know, I'll show you a screenshot here of some of the comparisons, but I do this with every machine. I do air tests just to compare, and I do the air test with the same target, so I have a good comparison against all the coils that I'm using, whether it be the Equinox, the Days 2, the Manticore. I do this with everything, so I just get a good foundation. And I know people tell you, well, air tests don't really tell you anything, and that's true, but they do give you a baseline to give you some expectations of what you're going to get. So, and I'll tell you that those expectations and those baselines are showing up to be pretty much true in this test garden, except for a couple things I'm having trouble with. So it's the air tests themselves are not revealing the true depth of this machine, or this coil I should say, not the machine. And so I've been messing around with some things here to try to get this thing to hit some of these targets. And so let's just kind of go through them here one by one, and we'll go through each of the multi-frequency settings, M1, M2, M3, just to see what they're hitting and what isn't hitting. And I'm using all the default stock program. I did a factory reset, so everything's stock default settings. Not mess with anything else. So if you don't know what those default settings are, they're in the manual, the updated manual, or you can look online. But trust me, I'm not trying to make any magic happen here. I'm just trying to go out of the box with the LG24 default factory settings to see if I can hit all these targets. And I have some tough ones in here. I have a 10.5-inch dime, which is probably more like 11 now, and I got a 12-inch. It's probably more like 12.5 inches, half silver dollar in there. That is tough to hit. I have some contamination in some of these hard targets, so it's anybody's guess here. But I've gone through it. I know what I can hit, and I know what I can't hit, and now I'm going to show you. All right, guys, I got you mounted here. Let's pick up the Legend. Let's just go through it. Try to get out of the sun so you don't have glare here. I have a screen protector on. It's not really on that good. Going back here, I'm in M1 right now. I'm in the default, whatever the ground discrimination is. It's on F, or I guess ferrous or non-ferrous. It removes everything up to 10, I believe, and everything from 11 on up to 60 is open for targets. So going through here, let's go down to recovery speed is 5. That's the default. Now, if you do your secondary menu by hitting your pinpoint button, your iron filter is at 8, bottle cap is 0, ground stability is 0, and that's it. So there's nothing funky going on there. I'm going across. I did change it to a 4-tone. I like 4-tone better, but it defaults to 2, I believe. I've not changed any target tone breaks or anything like that. Didn't do anything there. I changed my brightness to 3 so you can see the screen. So that's really all I've done. There's nothing else I've done to this machine. So let's get back out. We're in M1 right now, like I said. First target is a tough one. It is a 10.5-inch silver dime. I believe it's a Merc, and it is probably deeper than that now. It's probably settled. It's been in this test garden for over a year. I have ground balanced. I have the sensitivity is up to 25. We'll make it 26, 27. It does get a little chatty at around 28, so we'll leave it at 27 for now. There is some contamination, easy for me to say, in this hole. I don't know what it is. I have not dug it up because it's a good test with something next to it. So let's see if we can hit the 10.5-inch dime. So I have learned this coil is, there it is, very sensitive. There's a sweet spot in it, and if you don't hit it just right for these deep targets, you won't hit it. You won't hear it. Like I said, there's contamination in this hole, but it will hit this dime. It's just I gotta hit it just right. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one. But it will hit it once in a while. It won't hit it every time. That's a 10.5-inch dime. Now, if we go over here to this, I have a really, really weird war nickel in here, but it doesn't ring up as a war nickel. But it does come across, does hit. It does pick it up, and it's giving it a 29, 28 target ID. All right, the next hole is the next tough one. It's a 12-inch half dollar, and this is tough. Yeah, it knows something's down there, but just can't quite get it with the default settings. And then we'll go over here to, this is a bunch of nails and a dime. I can't get the dime in that with the factory settings. This is a bottle cap. Ring up at 19, solid. Go to the second row here. The other hard target to hit is this quarter, this silver quarter, about 9 inches on edge. It is tough to hit, but it does get it. Once in a while, it'll get it. That's still tough. But would that make you stop in your tracks? Probably not. All right. Now, we'll try to mess with the machine and make it hit later, but here is a V-nickel. Remember, I got to hit just right here. There it is. Where'd it go? I have my markings a little off. There it is. So 24, 25. The next one's a barber quarter, about 8, 9 inches. 57. I know I got a glare there, but it hits that quarter, no problem at all. This is an Indian head penny, about 8, 9 inches. There's some other stuff around apparently, but it does hit it. And the other target I'm having trouble with is this 3-ringer. I have to look at my chart. I think that's down about 10 inches. I mean, it hits it, but it does struggle a little bit with that. Now the back row, we've got a suspender clip, which is about not very deep, about 6, 7 inches. We have a silver thimble. It's down there a little bit, about 8, 9. Sounds really good. We have a pull tab, 34 all day long. Dug enough of those at the beach. I believe this is a large cent, about 9 inches, I believe. 45 on the target ID scale here. Here are some shell fragments, which we won't hear because we have the iron turned off. Remember, it's the default. And then we have a flat button, about 8 inches. So overall, out of the stock, it does pretty good. I mean, some of these targets are hard to hit, I will not lie, with these little coils. Let's switch over to M2, see if it does any better on M2. It probably won't. M2 is more, I think, designed for like jewelry and things, so it still has a hard time hitting the dime. It's that weird war nickel. Will it hit the 12-inch half dollar? Struggles. But it should hit all the other targets. Bottle cap. Here's a 3-ringer. Yeah, it's just something weird in there. Indian head penny. Barber quarter. That's the V nickel. I can't seem to hit right. I think the acorn's jacking me up. There it is. Yeah, I couldn't get low. Wasn't low enough with the coil there. Here's the quarter on edge. Still tough. Suspender clip, loud. Silver thimble, loud. Pull tab, yep, still get those. And your large cent, you get that. So, and the flat button. Gets all those. Let's try M3. So M3 is supposed to be in those conditions where it's humid, the ground's wet. The ground's kind of wet, but it's not really humid, so I don't know if it's going to really matter. Still tough on that 10.5-inch dime. Let's just go over here to the 12-inch half. Still having. Gets it one way sometimes. Still tough. But the rest of them, it'll hit. Should hit. Bottle cap. 3-ringer. That 3-ringer I need to dig up and figure out what's going on. Indian head. Barber quarter. V nickel. Quarter on edge. Struggles. Suspender clip. Silver thimble. Pull tab. Large cent. And finally the flat button. So all these targets in my test garden are average about 8-9 inches down. Some a little bit shallower, maybe 7-6 inches. So I mean, it's a really good test for these little coils. I love these little coils for river hunting and stuff like that. So I mean, for me, if I can't hit a 10.5-inch dime, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not really going to hit those kind of deep targets in the water. I mean, I could, but you know, a 12-inch or a half dollar in the ground would be nice to hit, but I'm probably not going to do it. Now, one thing I have tried a little bit messing around with some of these settings is I have tried the let's go to the recovery speed, and let's go into our secondary, and I have ground balance and everything, so that's not an issue. Let's go into our secondary menu, the iron filter. When I drop this to 6, and then I go to stability at 3, bottle cap, ground. So let's just try that for a second. See if I can hit this dime a little better. I have noticed when you lower that iron filter a little bit, it does try to bring in these things a little better. But I did have it for a second there. Nope. Let's try to lower the ground stability, stable, or what do they call this? Let's try to knock this down to 1. See if that helps. So let's try to bring it in. Let's try the 12-inch half dollar. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to get it to hit, but It is not doing it. But like I said, 12 inches down with a little coil like that, that's hard to hit. That's tough. So I'm not too surprised, really. But all in all, I mean, the coil is pretty good. It's hitting all the other targets, and that's really all I really want. This is a great coil for coin shooting and parks and stuff and things like that. If I lower my recovery speed too, let's go back and change this to 3, and we'll go back to the iron filter. Change that back up to 8, and let's change the recovery speed down to 3 and see if we can't hit it a little harder here, a little better. So this is recovery speed of 3. Should get a little more depth. So it's starting to come in a little bit. What about the dime? Come on, where are you? So you get a little bit more. It tries to give you a little bit more depth, but that's tough. It is tough. So I could go to single frequencies and try that. We could try that and see if we want to do that next. 4 kilohertz. See if it does any better. Oh, listen to that. 12-inch $half is coming in. Interesting. 4 kilohertz on the dime. Listen to that. Okay, we're onto something here. Let's try 10 kilohertz dime. Wow. Listen to that. It's coming in. So I knew this was going to happen, and I wanted to show it to you. I was leading on, but sometimes single frequencies may actually help you. I know they claim multi-frequency is better and all this stuff and different things for target identification, but in this case, I'm able to hear that 10.5-inch dime and just about hear that quarter or that $half down there. What if we go to, oops, let's go to 15 kilohertz. It's getting close. 12 inches is a long way down. Comes in pretty good, 15, 20. Still gets it. And that 12, it's so close. But I wouldn't stop on that. So let's try 40, last chance. I don't think 40 is going to do it here. Yeah, not so good for the dime. Alright, so what do we figure out? Well, we figured out this thing is not as deep as the air test proved it to be based on my charts for air testing, but it still is pretty deep. I mean, it does pick up that 10.5-inch dime. Who knows, it could be deeper by now. It struggles a little bit, but when you fiddle with the settings a little bit, you can bring it in the single frequencies. 12-inch $half is a little tough. Still having struggling to hit that, and I'm having trouble hitting that quarter on edge, but it does get it once in a while. So overall, is the coil a good coil? I don't know yet. I have not used it in a real world situation. I'm getting ready to take it hunting very soon, so I will have more information on a live hunt and whether or not I feel like this coil is going to be it for me. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a great coil, though. It's hitting on all these other targets that are 8-9 inches deep. so I'm not too concerned. These little coils should not get extreme depth as you would imagine with like an 11-inch coil or a 13. So I'm not too concerned about the depth on it. I was not hopeful that I would actually hit the 10.5-inch dime or the 12-inch half dollar, but it did hit it in single frequency. So anyway, that's it for me for this video. There's more to come on this LG24 coil for the Nokta or Nokta Legend, however you want to pronounce it. I'm very, very happy that I was able to acquire this coil. They're hard to get. I got one. Thank you to our guys at Fort Bedford Metal Detectors, and thanks to my guys over in my Patreon group for encouraging me to get this coil. So there'll be more to come for them, and as well you in future videos here at the Legend. So until next time, we will see you in another Mental Metal video.